Hi, everyone. How's it going? I hope everyone's doing well tonight. I thought I would come on and do a little Q&A if anybody is around. If not, then I will just discuss about Mercury retrograde and how Mercury retrograde could possibly affect you and your sign. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling some cards for each and every sign tonight to see just some insight on what you can expect from Mercury retrograde. Now, before I get into the discussion about Mercury retrograde, I just want you to have a better understanding of what Mercury retrograde is. So, Mercury retrograde is a time when the planet uh, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not really going backwards. It's actually an optical illusion that happens, and it happens about 3 times a year, okay, in astrology. So this could definitely affect tarot readings. I've seen it affect tarot readings. I've seen when Mercury is retrograde, a lot of tarot readers are off. They're not really able to tap into the energy. Okay, so Mercury retrograde is going to be happening on October 31st. All right, it's going to be happening in the sign of Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio, you definitely want to tune into this video. And if you know any Scorpios, you're definitely going to want to share this video with them as well too. Okay, so this video is a Q&A. If you have any questions that you want to ask me about Mercury retrograde, you can type in the chat and I will answer any questions that you have. I'm just going to go over a brief description of what Mercury retrograde is and what you can expect. Okay. Now, I'm an intuitive person. I've studied astrology for over 20 years. I know how to read charts. I know how to read tarot cards. I know how to tap into energy even when the energy is off. Okay. So, the first thing that I want to mention is that if you are just learning about astrology or you're just learning about Mercury retrograde, usually during Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of miscommunication. Okay. Things go haywire. Usually, computers break down. Usually, things become more slow. The communication is bad. There's more breakups that happen during Mercury retrogrades than there are new relationships. There's also a lot of car accidents. Okay. So if you've noticed recently in your neighborhood, there could have been more car accidents that have been happening. They could start to happen. So these are things that you want to be aware of. Okay. Things like um, things things like miscommunication, things like car accidents, things like homicides and shootings, and um, just really feeling frustrated during these times. But there's a reason why Mercury retrograde happens, right? It happens because it's a time where we need to review what is going on. Okay, we need to review what's happening in our lives, and we need to take a break to understand how this is going. So, we have a question. How does this affect the Cancer moving towards me, Leo? Okay. So in relationships, when Mercury is retrograde, it's not a good time to start relationships. Okay. It's not a good time to pursue anything because here's the thing in a birth chart, okay, in a birth chart, there's 12 signs, and in those 12 signs, okay, there's certain bodies that are moving. Okay, the planets are bodies that move. So when you're starting a relationship during a time when Mercury is retrograde, there's a very big possibility that there could be miscommunication. Okay, there could be miscommunication on how this person feels towards you, miscommunication on where the relationship is going. All of these things can affect your relationship with another person. Okay, so just keep that in mind that around October 31st, when the sun enters Scorpio, there will be miscommunication. There will be lack of understanding. There will be car accidents. I'm predicting these things. Okay. So if you're tuning into this video, make sure you save this video and come back to this video on October 31st, and you will see what I'm saying. Okay. And you will see that I'm not lying to you about these things that are going to happen. Okay. So if you're a water sign, if you're a Cancer, if you are a Scorpio, if you are a Pisces, the Mercury retrograde will affect you more than any other sign. Because the retrograde is happening in Scorpio, Scorpio is a water sign, so it's going to affect other fellow water signs. Okay, so if you are a water sign, if you're a Cancer, if you're a Pisces, if you're a Scorpio, you will be affected by this the most. And what you need to do if you are a water sign, you need to make sure that everything that you do is clear. Okay, you need to make sure that your computer is cleaned out. You need to make sure you save your files. You need to make sure that your software is up to date. You need to make sure that when you're driving, you're not speeding. A lot of accidents happen during Mercury retrograde. A lot of homicides happen. This is because the energy is a little bit off. Okay. So when the planet Mercury is retrograding, it's not actually retrograding, it's actually an optical illusion. So from Earth, it looks like if you look into a telescope from Earth when Mercury is retrograde, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not going backwards. It's just the optical illusion that is happening between Earth and Mercury. If you have any personal questions that is outside of the Mercury retrograde topic, you can hit me up on my email. It's Monica Luve number one at gmail.com. I will put it in the description if you want any questions asked. If you want me to do a tarot reading for you about a relationship, I'm going to be putting all of those services on my website. Okay, so I will put my email address there if you want. You can contact me personally. One question is $10 USD. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would be more than happy to help you with that. Okay, and yeah, so if you guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave my email in the description box at the end of the video, and then you can contact me through there. Okay, all right. So the Mercury retrograde is the reason why I'm doing a video on it is because I want you all to know how this is going to affect you. Okay, it will affect you whether you're aware of it or not. It's better to be aware of it than not to be aware of it because a lot of people feel like victims around Mercury retrograde. Okay. And if you understand Mercury retrograde and you understand how it can affect you, you could use it to your advantage because a lot of people are not aware of Mercury retrograde. A lot of people don't know how it's going to affect them and they just let life happen to them. So it's important that you're knowledgeable and aware of these things. So if you're new to understanding Mercury retrograde, you'll also want to know that there's a shadow period. Okay. So the shadow period is going to be happening from, so I have the chart here. The shadow period is starting on October 11th. So that's tomorrow. So you're going to start feeling slowdowns happening. If you haven't started to feel slowdowns happening, you will start to feel them by tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, you will start to feel slowdowns. You will start to feel miscommunication happening. Um, it's important during the shadow period you prepare for Mercury retrograde. That means backing up your files on your computer, making sure your software is to the latest up to date software, making sure your car is also ruled by Mercury in astrology. So your car should be oil change should be done, engine should be checked. Winter tires, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you want to make sure you have winter tires. You're preparing to put winter tires on your car. These are things that you need to start doing now because if you don't start doing them now, there's going to be a lot of delays around the end of the month. And you want to avoid those delays so that you're not frustrated, you're not upset, you're not um, having miscommunication. So these are things that you're going to want to start doing. The shadow period lasts for Mercury retrograde from the 11th of October all the way until the 26th of October. And then we get into a phase called the pre shadow phase. And then we have a stationary phase. Okay. The stationary phase actually happens on Halloween. All right. And then from there, that's when we really get into the actual slowdowns. Okay. Also, if you have children and you're letting them go out during Halloween, you want to make sure you keep a very close eye on them. Okay. Because Mercury retrograde, things go haywire. So you want to make sure you're protecting your children when they're out. Okay. Don't let them go out by themselves. And, I'm not telling you how to run your life or anything in terms of your children. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just warning you. Okay. This is a warning. All right. This is a prediction and it's a warning. All right. So if you're tuning into this video, I suggest you watch it from beginning to end. All right. I'm going to stop ranting about it. I'm assuming nobody has questions about Does anybody have questions about Mercury retrograde? All right. If you have any questions, I'm going to be taking questions in my email. I'm going to be doing uh, readings in my email. So at the end of this, I'm going to leave my email in the description box. I'll also leave my website as well too. My website's not really finished. I just have the extended readings there. But if you want a personal reading from me, I will have my email linked in the description box, and you can contact me in my email with the question that you have, and I will be more than happy to do a video for you. I will create a link to Dropbox where you will have access to your personal uh, tarot reading. Okay. And in the tarot readings, I also ask for your birthday as well too, so I can look at your astrology chart. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, I'm also an astrologist. I've studied astrology for over 20 years. All right. So if you have any questions about Mercury retrograde, before I get into the actual tarot reading for you, feel free to ask anything about Mercury retrograde. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right. So no, it's not about staying in. It's just about being aware of the energies. Okay. So, um, if you're watching this video, you're going to be ahead of the game. You're going to be ahead of everybody else because I would say about 90% to 85 to 90% of people don't know what Mercury retrograde is, okay? And it affects them in a way where they're lost and clueless about what is going on. So, if you're aware of the energy, you'll be able to know when somebody is talking foolishness to you. If somebody sends you a text message and they blow up on you because you didn't get back to them at a certain time, you know that's Mercury retrograde. It's not them. It's just an illusion. So everything that's happening to you and in your life is an illusion at that particular time because it's a time to review, okay? So a good question to ask is what should I do during Mercury retrograde? Should I just sit down and do nothing? No. What you're supposed to do during Mercury retrograde is you're supposed to finish things that you started that you did not finish. So if you started writing a book, you're going to want to finish writing a book. If you started a course, you want to finish that course. If you started something that you did not finish, that is something that you should be working on. For example, the reason why Mercury retrograde is called retrograde is because you're retrograding. You're going backwards, okay? So the reason why Mercury retrograde happens is because there's a R-E, okay? R-E represents to go back, okay? So I'll give you some examples. Review, redo, revise, reevaluate. Okay, anything with at the beginning of it is what you should be focusing on during Mercury retrograde. Okay, this is going to allow you to step back. I call it the boomerang effect. Okay. So you know when a boomerang, you hold a boomerang and you go back and you analyze where you're going to shoot that boomerang. That's how you have to be in your life during Mercury retrograde. You have to plan to step back in order to have the right target. okay, to shoot in the right direction. So this is what Mercury retrograde is about. It's not about just shying away from the world and avoiding problems. No, life is not about problems. It's about solutions, right? So being able to reevaluate, review, revise is what you should be focusing on. Okay. Yes, Mercury, that's a really good question, Julie Stewart Thompson. Yes, thank you for bringing that up, actually. That's a very good point. Yes, during Mercury retrograde, I can't believe I forgot this, duh. Um, During Mercury retrograde, exes tend to come back. They tend to pop up out of nowhere. You could be in the grocery store and your ex pops up and you're like, I didn't expect to see you here. That's happened to me, by the way. I've bumped into exes during Mercury retrograde. I've bumped into old friends. I've bumped into people that I used to go to high school with, people that I used to go to college with. You usually bump into these people during Mercury retrograde because sometimes there's unfinished business with these people. Okay. So if you have somebody that you ended things on a very, very bad note, the likelihood of you seeing them again is very high, especially if you're a Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, the Mercury retrograde is going to affect you more than it would affect any other sign. Okay. Even if you're not a Scorpio or you're not a Pisces or a Cancer, if you have those signs in your chart, it can also affect you. So, um, if you're worried, if you're curious, is this going to affect me? Well, you have to look at your birth chart to know, right? So for James, there's definitely a possibility for reconcile with somebody that you've been separated during Mercury retrograde. And I also created a video on recently on whether or not your ex is going to come back. I will put it in the description box at the end of this video. So you can check that out if you want some more information on that. Okay. Now, if you have a personal question for me and you want me to do a tarot reading for you, if you want an astrology reading, I'm going to have all the services that I offer on my website. I'll be putting it up probably by the end of this week. Okay. But in the interim, if you have a question for me, you can email me. It's $10 USD for one question, and you'll be personally talking to me through my email. So it's not a robot or a third party person. You're going to be dealing directly with me, and you will get a direct video from me about your question. All right. And that will be linked in Dropbox. Okay. So if that's something that you're interested in, I will definitely be offering that service to you. Okay. All right. So I'm glad that I brought this topic up because I really want you all to be aware of this energy that's going to happen because it's going to be an intense one. Okay, this energy that's happening, it's not going to be like any other Mercury retrograde. Now, the new moon is happening in the sign of Scorpio, and the new moon that's happening is going to be very intense. It's going to be very intense. Scorpio is a very intense sign, okay? It deals with death, it deals with sexuality, it deals with violence, it deals with hidden aspects of the psyche in terms of the physical world. Not so much like Pisces. Pisces is more of the hidden realms of spirituality. Scorpio is similar to Pisces because they're both water signs, but Scorpio is more intense. So there could be a lot of intense energy happening around the new moon, which is happening, I believe, around the 28th of October. And then Mercury retrograde's happening. Okay. So I recommend you save this video. Okay. Put it on your computer, come back here and check it out. Okay. Because you'll get a better idea as the month ends, okay? And I'm going to leave this video up. I won't delete it. So you'll have access to it, okay? Do you have any other questions about Mercury retrograde before I get into the reading? Any more questions? Ask now, forever hold your peace. All right. Okay, so I'm going to move into the reading then. That's my little mini rant on Mercury retrograde. If you have any questions in the future that maybe you don't have at this moment, you can write it in the comments below and I will respond with a video or I will comment back to you in the comments, okay? It could affect relationships, but when you're aware of it and you have a conversation with your partner, it won't affect you as much as if you have the conversation with your partner. Okay. So if you let your partner know, even share this video with your partner, maybe sit down and watch this video with your partner, just explain to them. Hopefully, your partner is open minded. Um, just explain to them that Mercury rules communication. Okay. And communication's very important in a relationship. When there's no communication, there's no relationship. So if you're aware and your partner is aware, then this is the first step in getting through this phase. So if he is a Scorpio, he is the one that's going to be going through more of an emotional turmoil, not turmoil, but more of an intense period in his life. So you have to be more understanding towards him because he's not going to really be all there as a Scorpio. Because when Mercury retrograde is in your sign, it affects you more than anybody else. And it could be very annoying. Okay. So if you are a Scorpio and you're tuning into this, this is going to affect you more than any other sign. Okay. And your sign is very intense. So I do not recommend starting new things at the end of October. I do not recommend starting businesses. I do not recommend starting relationships. I do not recommend buying cars. I do not recommend anything that involves starting something new, do not do it because you will have to go back and you will have to fix it later on. Yeah, he's going through a lot right now because there's a shadow period happening. Okay, the shadow period is starting tomorrow. Mercury retrograde is the shadow period starting tomorrow. Okay, so when this happens, you have to be prepared for it. Otherwise, it's going to slap you across the face and you're going to be like, what the hell happened to me? Okay, this is why I'm coming on here as your guide, as your love guru, and I'm sharing this information with you so you can avoid pitfalls for later. Okay, you're going to come back. I guarantee you 100% you're going to come back and you're going to say, oh my God, Monica, thank you so much. It's so true. Everything you said is so true. I always hear that from everybody. I never ever hear somebody say you're not right, you're wrong. Unless a general reading doesn't resonate with you. I've heard that before, but usually when it's a one-on-one or it's an astrology reading, I'm usually 99.999% right. Okay? So, I just want you to be aware of this energy because it doesn't have to be your downfall. It doesn't have to be something that affects you. It could be something that pushes you to a higher level of consciousness. All right. So Mercury retrograde is there to give you a higher level of consciousness and to allow you to grow as a person. Okay. Rather than putting you down. Okay. All right. Okay, great. So I think that's all the questions that we have for Mercury retrograde. Now, if you have any questions throughout the reading that I do for you, the Mercury retrograde reading, you can always type them in the chat box and I will answer them at the end of the reading. And just to let you know, if you're just tuning in now, if you're looking for a personal reading with me, I am offering one question for $10 USD. You will get a link to a video that is going to answer your question in depth. I will be asking for your date of birth. I will ask where you were born. I will ask the country that you're born in and the city. If you're in the United States, I will ask for the state that you are in and as well as the city that you are in, okay? And I will also ask for the time you were born. The time you were born is very important because it shows me your rising sign, okay? So if you're interested in that, I will have information in the bottom of the description box along with my email where you can contact me, okay? Right. So let's get into the actual reading and see how Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. Now, um, I'm not going to be reading these cards in a negative way. I'm going to be reading them and reinforcing how you can overcome this energy, okay? So I'm first going to start off with the collective, and I'm going to see how this is going to affect the collective, okay? So we're going to see how this is going to affect the collective first. If I need to clarify, I will clarify with another deck, okay? Um, and then we'll take it from there, okay? All right. Okay, so let's see what energy we have for Mercury retrograde for the collective. What does the collective need to know about this Mercury retrograde? How is it going to affect them? Please give us some deep insight on how the Mercury retrograde will affect each and every sign, okay? Mercury retrograde's happening in Scorpio. How is this going to affect the collective? So I just got a message, and the message is that this could affect intimacy in your relationship. There could be some miscommunication about intimacy, about sexuality in your relationship. Okay, so if I sense some of you are dating multiple people, okay? So there could be some issues with dating multiple people. Also, I'm sensing some of you are introducing like a third person into your relationship. So this could also be affect you as well too. All right. Okay. So this is my witchcraft sage that I use. I got it from the Halloween store, if you're wondering what that is. Okay. All right, so let's see. So I just got a download that some of you are dealing with multiple people. This could blow up in your face if you're dealing with multiple people. If you are a male and you're dating two women at the same time, or you're in a unicorn relationship, this also can blow up in your face. So just be careful, okay? If you're dating multiple people right now, this is what I'm getting from Spirit, okay? Let's see how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect the collective, please. The Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Please give us some insight on this particular situation. Let's see. A lot of you are going to be trying to start new things during Mercury retrograde, okay? A lot of you are going to try to push yourself to start new things, and it's not recommended, all right? The Fool card is here in reverse. This is somebody who's trying and struggling to start something new. You're struggling to start something new, okay? What it's asking you here is to have, the High Priestess is very, very spiritual, okay? The High Priestess is somebody who knows what is going on, who knows the dark side and the light side, okay? So in spirituality, in witchcraft, in tarot, there's a dark side and there's a light side, okay? There's good and there's bad. So it's important to understand the energy now, okay? Look at this moon. It's like a crescent moon and it's coming to fullness, okay? So as this moon becomes full, which it will in a few days, the moon will be full. That's when everybody's going to be revved up to start new stuff. You're going to be rushing around and saying, okay, I got to start this, I got to start that. Even I'm like that right now. Okay. I'm doing a course right now, an astrology course on teaching people how to be consultants. Okay. And I'm literally rushing. I'm like, okay, I want to start. A lot of you are trying to start something right now, and it's recommended from the cards, from Spirit above, not to start something new because it's not the time to start something new. It's only good to start planning now. So if you have an idea, just start planning slowly. Do not execute. Do not execute, okay? So this is the energy right now that is taking place for the shadow period for Mercury retrograde. A lot of people are going to be starting new things, and there's a lot of failure associated with this because if you start something new, you'll have to redo it. That's why this card, the Fool card, is in reverse, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, so that's what I got for the collective energy on Mercury retrograde. So let's move on. We're going to start off with what should we start off with tonight? Let's start off with the water signs, okay? Because we always start off with Aries. I'm going to start off with the sign of Pisces. We'll start off with Pisces, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so let's start with Pisces. Let's see how the Mercury retrograde is going to affect the sign of Pisces. All right, let's get some deep insight on how this is going to affect the sign of Pisces. What can Pisces expect? What's some of the energy, some of the messages that we need for Pisces in terms of this Mercury retrograde, please, happening in Scorpio? I'm starting off with the water signs because it's going to affect the water signs more than any other element. All right. Okay. Pisces, how is this going to affect Pisces, the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio? Okay, so somebody is coming back, Pisces, okay? Could be somebody that you were dating, could be an ex. There's somebody coming back to you, okay? I feel like this person could be younger than you. This could be an ex-boyfriend. This person can also be spying on you right now, okay? I'm sensing either you're spying on this person or this person could be spying on you. All these cards came in reverse, all of them, which this focuses on retrograde because it's reversed, reversed. All right. So the Eight of Wands here for you, Pisces, is representing communication coming in from could be communication from a distance, could be over text message, could be an email. Somebody is wanting to express the way they feel about you. Okay. I can also sense that you are passionate about this person. You may have once had passion for them. We have the Queen of Wands here. So there's some sort of deep passion that you had for this person. And I feel like you and this person are going to be coming back together around this Mercury retrograde to discuss feelings, to discuss the things that may have not been complete. I'm sensing, Pisces, that you didn't have closure with this person. This person may want closure or may just want to know how you're doing. All right. So if you're looking for an ex to come back, there is a very high possibility this person can be an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. It could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. It could also be an earth sign as well too. I'm sensing Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Okay, coming back to you. All right. So we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. All right. We're going to see how the Mercury retrograde is going to be affecting the sign of Cancer. The Mercury retrograde is happening. The shadow period starts tomorrow. The actual Mercury retrograde happens on Halloween, October 31st, and lasts for about 3 weeks. Okay. So it's a 3-week period. So Mercury retrograde won't let up until about December. Okay, so the whole of November is like a write-off. Don't even think of doing anything in November that deals with anything new. All right. Okay, Cancer. Let's see how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. All right. Let's see how the Mercury retrograde is going to affect the sign of Cancer. How is this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio on Halloween affect the sign of Cancer? How is this going to affect Cancer, please? How is this going to affect Cancer? All right. I sense, if you're a Cancer, I sense you trying to manifest things. I sense you're trying to push things forward. Okay. The Magician card is here. You have to be very careful, Cancer, not to do this because you can have a lot of arguments with somebody. You could potentially have a tower moment. So it's very important that you rest. You need to rest during this time. Look at all the cards. You have all the cards here about rest. Ten of Swords. I'm tired. My life feels like a burden. This is Cancer. My life feels like a burden right now. Um, I'm overthinking things a lot. I have a lot of worry on my mind. Okay. I'm trying to move forward and grow. Three of Wands. I'm trying to grow in this situation. And for some reason, you just feel so held back. Things are just, this is you needing rest. So some of you Cancers are going to have an idea. This is your idea right here. Okay. These are things that you've already accomplished. Okay. So now you're resting. The project that you have needs to be put on hold. Okay, this is what this is saying. So some of you are working on maybe a project, maybe you're working on manifesting some sort of business. It could be you're doing something for business or a goal. Okay, you need to rest, 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 rest. All these cards show somebody who is resting and in bed. This isn't the Chariot. This isn't moving forward. This is resting. Okay. I know you want to grow, Cancer. I know you want to move forward. You want to move forward. You want to grow, not a time to do, time to rest. Okay. So the message here is that you're going to try to manifest something and you're going to struggle in this. Unfortunately, I don't want to be negative, but this is what I'm seeing here. And you need to rest, especially because this is happening in a fellow water sign. Okay. All right. So let's move forward to the sign of Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, this is going to be happening in your sign. So this is going to affect you more than any other sign. I'm just taking a drink of my water because I don't know what's going to show up for Scorpio, but I want to see what's going to come up for Scorpio. Let's see what's going to happen for you, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what is coming towards you in your own retrograde, in your own Mercury retrograde for Scorpio. How is this going to affect the sign of Scorpio? How is this Mercury retrograde going to affect Scorpio? Please give me some insight and some messages for the sign of Scorpio, please. How is this going to affect Scorpio during October and November Mercury retrograde, please? Scorpio, you need to be careful with your finances, okay? Some of you Scorpios can have have a need to celebrate about finances. Nine of Cups is here. There's some sort of celebration. All right. There's some sort of decision that you're going to have to make. But you're also, what I'm sensing with Scorpio is that you're going to be over celebrating something that you don't see. So what do I mean by that? I mean that some of you can get into money. Like you can maybe win a lottery, maybe you have a lot of money coming in, and then all of a sudden you realize that the money that you thought was coming in is really not coming in. Okay. So, what do I mean by that? I mean, don't go and overspend. Knight of Pentacles is here in reverse. Okay. A knight is somebody who rushes in, rushes in. You're rushing in to spend your money. You're rushing, rushing, rushing to spend money. You're almost like a big shot. Okay, Scorpio is acting like a big shot. Oh, look at me. Look, this is Scorpio putting his or her cup up. Look at me. I have all this money. I'm doing very well. And then all of a sudden, you realize that you're not really doing that well. Okay? So you need to be careful. The advice here for Scorpio is you need to be cautious with your money around Mercury retrograde because you can lose a large amount of money. Okay. This is why the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, because it's talking about somebody who rushes in to spend money and to celebrate and be a big shot. And if you're not careful with this, you could turn into the Eight of Swords, okay, in reverse. Okay. The Eight of Swords is somebody who's in a situation that feels like they can't get out of it. Do you understand? So this is why it can be very detrimental for Scorpio around the Mercury retrograde, because this is happening to you. And remember, Scorpio is all about money. They like money. Scorpios are all about their business, their finance, their money. So when their money is threatened, when you threaten a Scorpio and their money, it's not good. All right. So if you're a Scorpio or you know a Scorpio, it's important that you share this video with them and explain to them that they need to be very careful with their finances. Okay. They need to be very careful with their finances because the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay. And you have the Eight of Swords here in reverse. This is somebody who can potentially feel like a victim. Okay. I'm reading the cards reversed in a way where if I see the card reverse, I'm focusing on it being reversed in terms of Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is anything to do with reverse, reversals, renewals, all right? So my message here for Scorpio is you need to be careful with your finances. Do not over celebrate and overspend, because you can become very regretful about this situation, okay? This is what I'm seeing for Scorpio. All right. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the earth signs. We're going to do the earth signs. We're going to start off with Virgo. All right, let's start off with Virgo. We're going to see how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect Virgo. Okay, how is Mercury retrograde going to affect Virgo, please? Please give me some insight and messages for the sign of Virgo for the Mercury retrograde happening in Scorpio, please. How is this going to affect Virgo? What are the messages for the sign of Virgo, please? Okay. Let's see how this is going to affect Virgo, please. How is this going to affect Virgo? Okay, Virgo, I see somebody coming back. I see you have the reunion card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, the Three of Cups talks about a reunion. It also talks about somebody who's in a relationship already, and you're allowing somebody, either you're allowing somebody into your relationship to spice things up. So you could be in a relationship with somebody and maybe have another woman come into the mix, or you could have another man come into the mix. Okay, if you're a Virgo, you need to be careful with this. Okay, and I mentioned this before I started the reading. You need to be careful about this because this can turn in a way that you don't want it to turn into. Okay, so just be aware of that. That's not for all of you, but that's for some of you. I also see, Virgo, that there's somebody who's coming back. They could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. I see them coming back and really they could try to express to you their pain that they have. I feel like there's something that happened between you and a particular person. Okay, could have been disloyalty, could have been somebody who just wasn't honest. All right, so this person could come back and have an awakening. We have the Judgment card here. We also have the King of Swords. So this person could potentially have a wake-up call. We have the Three of Swords here as well too, okay, with the reunion card. So you have to be very careful that whoever you're letting into your life, whether it's a threesome that you're doing just to spice things up, you have to be very careful, all right? There's a potential for you to get back with your ex. If you're Virgo and you're wondering if your ex is going to come back, your ex can possibly have a wake-up call and come back. all right? And somebody could express to you the heartache, some sort of pain that happened between you and this person, all right? I'm also sensing that this person can be younger than you, all right? And it could be an air sign, okay? This person can also be spying on you. They may be checking your Facebook, they may be checking tarot readings, they may be just maybe even driving by your house and wondering and seeing what you're up to, okay? So I'm sensing for Virgo that there is going to be somebody who's coming back. And there's also energy here that you have to be careful. This is for a very small percentage of you. There's maybe 1 or 2% of you that are dealing with, I call them unicorn relationships, where you have a boyfriend and you're the girlfriend, and then you want to spice things up and bring in a third person. So just be careful with that, okay? Because that could backfire on you, all right? So that's what I have for the sign of Virgo. Let's move forward to the sign of, let's do Capricorn, okay? Let's do Capricorn and see how this is going to affect Capricorn. How's the Mercury retrograde going to affect Capricorn, please? Let's see how this is going to affect the sign of Capricorn. Mercury retrograde happening in Scorpio, please. How is this going to affect Capricorn, please? Let's see how this is going to affect Capricorn. Mercury retrograde. There you are at the bottom of your reading, Capricorn. Okay. All right. First card we have is the Moon card. Something that was in secret is going to come to light. Okay. There's going to be some sort of hidden secret that comes out during the Mercury retrograde. You're going to be making a decision on whether or not you want to continue down a certain path. All right. I feel like there's 2 people going to come back to you, all right? Could be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Could be an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Could also be an earth sign, okay? So, or a Pisces as well too. I'm sensing Pisces very heavy here. These people that are coming back, I feel like they could come back. You could see them when you're working. So if you're a Capricorn and you work a lot, you could see these people when you're working. Like I'm sensing like if you're a person who delivers pizzas, you could randomly see this person when you're delivering pizzas. You could also see them when you are if you do like photo shoots, you could see them on a photo shoot. You could be driving and seeing them. You know, you could be in some sort of transportation and they pop up. Okay, so you have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, and I feel like you may have stopped talking to these people because they were immature, and then they just pop up again. So you're coming in as the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this is you working. This is you diligently working. And then all of a sudden, boom, these people, they're like, hey, Capricorn, and they just pop up out of nowhere. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you. Okay, so this is Capricorn, and this is what's happening to you during the Mercury retrograde. That's for some of you. The other lot of you will be having secrets coming to light, and you're going to have to make a decision about these secrets, what path you want to take. Okay. Those glasses that are up there are for my spiritual guides. I have a spiritual guide, and he's blind. He needs glasses. So I leave those up there for him. So when he needs to ward off negative people, he puts those on to ward off negative people. That's why those glasses are there, if you're wondering. All right. Okay. All right. So you're not the first one that has asked me about those glasses up there. All right. No, I don't wear glasses. I have perfect 20/20 vision. I eat a lot of spinach, so I don't need glasses or contacts or anything like that. So funny. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus, and we're going to see how this is going to affect Taurus. All right. Okay. Okay, so Taurus now, I'm going to tell you before I pull cards, I'm going to tell you how this is going to affect Taurus before I even pull the cards, and I'm guaranteeing you that the cards are going to show what I say, okay? Um, Taurus, this can affect your relationship, okay? So if you're a Taurus or you have Taurus in your chart, just keep in mind that you want to make sure that you have solid, clear communication with your partner because Scorpio actually rules your seventh house, and seventh house deals with relationships, it deals with money and partnerships, okay? So I won't be surprised if I see the two of cups come up, and I won't be surprised if I see the Hierophant here, okay? So let's see what we get for the sign of Taurus during the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Okay. Let's see how this is going to affect Taurus. Okay, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. How is this going to affect Taurus? Please. How is this going to affect Taurus? Let's see how this is going to affect Taurus. All right. Let's see how this is going to affect Taurus, Mercury retrograde. How is this going to affect Taurus, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, their seventh house? How is this going to affect them, please? Okay. All right. So I see somebody wanting to come back from the past to cooperate with you. Okay. You have the Three of Pentacles here in reverse. You have the Four of Swords. You also have the Ten of Swords. I'm picking up that some of you are going to try to start something new, and you're going to feel very burnt out. Okay, you're going to feel very burnt out. Some of you are trying to start a new relationship with somebody. Okay, not a good idea to start a new relationship with somebody. Not a good idea to pursue anything to do with money either. Okay, Three of Pentacles is in reverse. This means that cooperation with other people will be very slim. Okay, so remember how I said in the seventh house is ruled by Scorpio. So the cooperation that you're expecting from your partner or from somebody that you're dealing with is very slim. Okay, so you have to don't push this person, don't push someone to cooperate with you. Give them space and rest because you have the Four of Swords here and you have the Ten of Swords, which means something that you're doing feels like a burden, okay? And you're pushing yourself way too much. You're pushing yourself way too much, okay? You need to have balance in this situation, all right? And Taurus, I see somebody from your past coming back, okay? I see two types of people that are coming back, all right? Could be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or it could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. The advice here for you is you need to balance your life during this time because you're going to be wanting to be on go mode. You're going to want to be go, 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 go. The Wheel of Fortune is here in reverse. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about now is not the right time. Now is not the right time. It's not your time. Okay. If it was upright, I would say, yeah, everything's fine. But no, it's reverse. Okay. So isn't that quite ironic that the Wheel of Fortune card here is in reverse when it's Mercury retrograde? It could have came in upright, but it didn't. Okay. So just be aware of the energy, Taurus. I'm sensing that you're going to have people coming back to you. I'm sensing that you're trying to push through and do something and you're not getting the cooperation you want from other people. So you need to work on your own energy. You need to focus on your own energy, Two of Pentacles, and balance your life out. The moon card is here in reverse, okay? So something that you may have wanted to come to light will possibly come to light during the Mercury retrograde. And it could be something from the past, something from your childhood that comes out. Okay, you see, Six of Cups here is all about the past. It's all about reminiscing. It's all about what you used to do as a child when you were little, going into the past. So when I see this conjunct with the moon card, there's something about your past that may come out. Okay, and somebody may learn about this, or you may learn about um, some sort of hidden energy between you and this person from the past. Okay. I'm sensing that this person is a water sign. They could be a Pisces as well too. All right. You have Queen of Swords in reverse and Queen of Wands. So these are the type of people that may come back towards you. All right. Could also be another earth sign that comes back because you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So I'm seeing a relationship that uh, may come back to you, and there could be some unfinished business with you and this person. Okay. This is what I'm seeing for you. Okay. Oh, the gym during Mercury retrograde is not a good idea. Okay. It's not a good idea to work out in the gym when it's a full moon either, because when the full moon is full, there is some sort of pull that happens. Okay. And this is scientific. The sap in trees, the sap in the tree rises. Okay. The tides of the ocean rise. This is why people are very intense during the full moon. Okay. It's the same thing with Mercury retrograde. There's some sort of pull that's happening. Okay. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. So, joining a gym, I do not recommend. Starting anything new, anything that requires newness, I do not recommend. Okay. Just during Mercury retrograde, if you're just tuning in, it's very important that you review things, revise things. Did you start writing a book recently? Did you start writing a book? Did you start something that you didn't finish? You want to go and finish whatever you started. That's what you do during Mercury retrograde, okay? Okay. All right, so just keep that in mind, all right? Don't start anything new. You could start something new, and if you want to be the guinea pig and come back and comment and say, I started something new, and let us know what your experience was, then you can do that as well too. But I don't recommend it because I've started many new things during Mercury retrograde and they failed. Okay, so that's why I don't do it. I would never start a YouTube channel during Mercury retrograde. I would never start a new relationship. In fact, do you want to know something? I'll tell you something about myself, okay? My husband and I started our relationship during Mercury retrograde, and my husband speaks a completely different language than me. He's Spanish and I'm English. And I speak Spanish fluently. I learned it in university, but our communication is horrible. It's horrible. Okay. And it's because we started our relationship during Mercury retrograde. So I don't recommend you starting a relationship. It's very important that you not to start a relationship. Okay, that's just my experience. You could take the advice from me, or you don't have to take the advice. All right, but it's completely up to you. All right. So I don't recommend starting relationships during that time. I've had a very hard time communicating with my husband all throughout our marriage. So, all right. I still love him though. Okay. So let's move on to what sign are we on? We're with the earth signs, right? Oh, did we just do Taurus? Yeah, we did Taurus. Okay, so let's move on to the air signs. Should we do air signs or fire signs next? Okay, let's do the fire signs then, okay? Yeah, let's do the fire signs. Okay, let's start with Leo. Let's start with Leo, okay? Let's do Leo, and then we'll do air at the end, okay? Okay, let's do Leo first. Let's do Leo. How is this going to affect Leo, the Mercury retrograde? How's this going to affect Leo, please? How's this going to affect Leo, this Scorpio retrograde? How's this going to affect Leo, please? During the Scorpio Mercury retrograde, please, Leo. There's a lot of fire signs in here. I am a Leo. Let's see how this is going to affect me. Irks. Irks. Okay, Leo, how's this going to affect Leo, please? Mercury retrograde, give us some insight, some messages, and see how this is going to affect Leo. Wow, only one reversed card. Okay. All right. So what I see here for Leo is there's something to do with a relationship. All right. You have a relationship that you're currently dealing with. There's something that needs to be reevaluated in your relationship. This is why the Two of Cups came in reverse here. Okay. So I also see that there is something. There's some communication that is going to happen during Mercury retrograde about finances within your relationship. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is here, is upright, which is good. This means that money's coming in very well for you, but there's some sort of reevaluation that has to happen within the relationship about money. Okay, so there could be a discussion about money. There could be talks about maybe investing money. Where is the relationship going with finances? Okay, so be very, very careful with your finances and your partnership. All right. I also see a lot of reminiscing about something from the past that you're reminiscing about. Okay, Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands. You could be reminiscing about the past. Maybe somebody from the past that you're thinking about a lot. I feel like there's somebody that you used to love a lot and you're thinking about them. Okay. I feel like Leo, you're going to be one of the signs that are more aware of the Mercury retrograde because you're going to know that you need to rest. Okay. You're going to be resting. There's a project that you want to start. Okay. These are your accomplishments. You've accomplished a lot. Now it's time to rest. And this project that you want to manifest is going to take time, but you need to rest before you go on your next battle. Okay. Leo is going to be balancing a lot. They're going to be balancing their life, balancing the personal life and the work life. All right. And I also sense that Mercury is going to be a time of you reaping your benefits. Okay. A lot of you have worked very, very hard up until this point. And I'm seeing that because the Ten of Pentacles is here. All right. I also feel like for some of you Leos, you're in a partnership where your partner is not pulling their weight. Okay, there needs to be some sort of reevaluation within your partnership. Okay, there needs to be some sort of reevaluation where if you're in a relationship now and you don't know where it's going, I feel like during the Mercury retrograde, you're going to be wondering and wanting some sort of perhaps a discussion with the significant other in your life. Where is this relationship going? I'm seeing that your work life is great. All right. I see you're balancing everything out. You're resting when you're supposed to, but there's going to be a need for a reevaluation in your relationship. Okay. The Empress card is here as well. Some of you could be pregnant. All right. So you could be going through a pregnancy as well too. Okay. So that's what I see for Leo. All right. Some sort of reevaluation in a relationship and reminiscing about the past, somebody that you used to love. You're thinking about them or they're thinking about you. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the sign of Aries. Aries. Where's Aries? I'm sure half of you are Aries in here. I have a lot of Aries as my subscribers. Okay. Aries. How is this going to affect you, Aries? All right. How's this going to affect you, this Mercury retrograde? See how this is going to affect you. All right, in Scorpio. How is this going to affect Aries, please? Let's see how this is going to affect Aries. Yolanda, I didn't see anybody coming towards Leo for the Mercury retrograde. I don't see you getting back with anybody from the past. I just see you reminiscing about a particular person. And I see you, if you're already in a relationship with somebody, there could be somebody coming back wanting a relationship with you, but I didn't see a particular sign. But there's something about a relationship that will come up for Leo. Okay. Something about a relationship is going to need to be reevaluated. That's what I saw in the cards. Okay. Okay, so Aries. All right. Aries, let's see how this is going to affect you, this Mercury retrograde. Let's see how this affects you. How this is going to affect you. Scorpio retrograde, Mercury retrograde, how is this going to affect Aries? Please give me some insight and messages for them. How this is going to affect Aries, please. Okay. Okay, Aries. Woo! Okay, so first of all, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in reverse. Okay, look. Reverse, reverse, all 6 cards. Okay, you only got one card that was upright, which is the Hermit card. Some of you are going to be just taking time out. Like, I feel if you're in Aries, you're literally going to hide out. You're going to be in your house hiding out. You're going to be hiding out. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you the story, what I see here. Okay. So there could be somebody coming back from your past, could be an earth sign, could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Could also be a fire sign, another fellow fire sign in Aries, could be a Leo or a Sagittarius. Okay. I see, actually, also see water sign here too. I don't see air though. I don't see any air coming back to you. I just see earth, fire, and water. Okay. There's a relationship that maybe you had in the past that could be coming back around to you. This could be a relationship that you're unsure about, okay? You're unsure if you should continue on with this relationship. You could be seeing somebody from the past during the Mercury retrograde, and you're trying to balance two people, I see here, okay? You're trying to balance maybe somebody from the past and somebody that is already in your life, okay? I also am seeing you have to be careful with your money because the 10 of Pentacles is reverse. So don't be spending like a maniac, okay? Because you could regret spending. All right. I also see 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So again, careful with your money. You need to balance your money. Save the money that you have now. I feel like you may have acquired some money in the past. So just make sure that you're careful about how you're spending your money. All right. I also see the World card here in reverse. So something that you thought was over with somebody is not over. Okay. So this could be, I'm strongly picking up on an earth sign. Okay. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This person that you were dealing with in the past, it's not over between you and this person. Okay. They're coming back. If they haven't come back already, they're going to come back. Okay. I'm feeling that like in my body, I'm feeling the energy come through me. So this person's going to come back. Okay. And this person's going to, they're going to try to offer you something. See, look, here's the Knight of Wands. This is you in reverse during the Mercury retrograde. And this person, this earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo is going to try to offer you something. Okay. Because the relationship between you and this person's not over. If you think it's over, it's not. It's going to come back during the Mercury retrograde, okay? And some of you are going to want to spend a lot of time on your own and be a hermit. I'm sensing eating chips in your bed and watching TV. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here for Aries. I don't know why I said that. Laying in bed, eating chips, eating cookies, feeling comfortable. You want to feel comfortable during the Mercury retrograde, okay? So somebody's coming back. I'm sensing it is an earth sign, okay? All right. So that's what I have for Aries. Okay, let's move on to the sign of Sagittarius. Okay. Saggy. Where's my Saggies at? My Sage. Saggies. All right, Sag, what's going to happen for you during the Mercury retrograde? What's going to happen? Okay, Sagittarius, the Mercury retrograde is happening in your 12th house. Time to rest. Time to rest. All right. Okay, Sag, how is this going to affect you, Sagittarius? Let's see how this is going to affect you. Okay, what are the messages for Sagittarius, please? What are the messages for Sagittarius during the Scorpio full moon, please? No, sorry, the retrograde. Why did I say full moon? Maybe some of you are going to experience something around the full moon. This could happen in 2 days from now. I feel like there's some news for you, Sagittarius, around the 13th or 14th, plus 5 days or minus 5 days. You could have recently got some news about something, okay? Because I'm sensing the full moon. Yeah, something about the full moon. Okay, let's see how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. Let's see. How is this going to affect Sag, please? Mercury retrograde, Scorpio. Oh, okay. This is what I see, Sagittarius. I see a lot of people want to get back with you. Okay. Somebody is rushing in to be with you. Okay. I feel like if you're Sagittarius, this is not for all of you, but you have a lot of people on the go right now. You have a lot of people on the go. Your mind isn't really focused on your money, but you need to be focused on your money. Okay. I'm sensing somebody could come back from your past who is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo as well too. I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing somebody is trying to come back and offer you love again. They're trying to offer you love, but I'm sensing Sagittarius, you're already in a relationship with somebody, okay? And there's somebody who's trying to come back and be with you even though you have somebody already. This person is literally trying to be this person's trying to throw themselves onto you. They're trying to throw themselves onto you. Okay. And it's almost like you're trying to shield them off. You're trying to this person's also this person's very passionate about you. They're trying to throw themselves at you, okay? All right. You already have somebody here. You're in a relationship with somebody, Sagittarius. So I don't see you wanting to get with this person, but you have to be careful because this person can try to tempt you. This person can also offer emotions to you and try to be emotional towards you, okay? But I also sense like Sagittarius, you're not really going to buy into this. You're not going to really buy into this here. You're going to be fending off a lot of people. 7 of Wands. You see how this person is fending off all these things and people? You're fending people off. You're like, no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. There could be some arguments, okay? You could feel like a victim in a situation. Okay, you have to rest because something feels like a burden for you. There's also been talks about some sort of traveling that you're going to be doing. You're going to be traveling maybe to a new country, to maybe a new state, a new province. You're going to be traveling. There's been some discussion. So you have to rest before you do this because I feel like during Mercury retrograde, it's going to be a time of a lot of confusion for you, a lot of perhaps arguments, You need to really focus on your money, okay, right now. You need to focus on your money. There's going to be news coming in from somebody, okay? There's going to be news. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's spying on you, okay? Somebody is looking at you, all right? You have the Eight of Wands here, so there is some communication coming in for you, all right? It's not a time to move forward, okay, on anything. If you're Sagittarius and you have to travel during the Mercury retrograde, I highly recommend you not do that, okay? Another thing I also forgot to mention in the Mercury retrograde overview, you don't want to be traveling on planes, okay? If you look at the news around Mercury retrograde and you do your research, you'll see that there's been a lot of plane crashes during the Mercury retrogrades. I highly, if you're a Sagittarius, I do not recommend you getting on a plane during Mercury retrograde. Don't do it. Trust me. Don't do it. The Chariot card is here in reverse. This is saying the Chariot is all about traveling. When the Chariot is upright, it's about moving forward. When it's in reverse like this, it's a no-no. Six of Swords, no. Don't travel. Okay. So if some of you are traveling, I recommend you to reschedule your flight and avoid traveling, okay? That's the message that I have for Sagittarius, okay? All right. For Sagittarius, I see that there's somebody coming towards you from the past. You have a couple of people coming back to you. Okay, I see all signs here. But some of you are already in a committed relationship. So you need to be very careful because as a Sagittarius, you're very charming. Even if you're single right now, there's still a chance that somebody is coming back. Okay. But I don't see you interested in this person who's coming back because you're so focused on your own thing right now. You're focused on, I see traveling here. I see you're working a lot. You have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So, you're working you're working, you're working here. Okay. But I see somebody coming back and trying to offer you love. Okay. Somebody from the past, it could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Could also be a water sign, could be any sign. I see all signs here for you. Okay. But I don't see you wanting to be with this person. You're like fending them off. You're like, you're not good enough for me. This is what I'm seeing. If you're a single Sagittarius, you could meet somebody around the time you travel because I see in the next month or two, if you're Sagittarius, you will be traveling. You will be traveling. If you haven't already discussed traveling plans, you will be traveling. I guarantee you that 100%. Okay. But I don't recommend, if you're Sagittarius, I don't recommend you getting on a flight. Don't get on a flight. Don't take a bus. Don't like, I mean, if you have to get to work and take a bus, yeah, but don't get on a flight. Okay. And if you're new to understanding Mercury retrograde, look it up. Look at all. There was a flight crash, I think, with what do they call those planes? A 47, something 47. There was a crash with the plane, and they didn't even know why that crash happened. And it happened during Mercury retrograde. And they're like, we don't know why it happened. There was some crash that happened. Check it out. Google the latest plane crash. Um, I don't know, what do they call the planes? 47s or whatever, those long planes, and it crashed and people died. People died on the plane and they don't even know why the plane crashed. They don't even know. So I don't recommend going on a plane, okay? There's a lot of delays in the airports, crashes that happen. Just avoid it, okay? Just avoid it. You'll see in the news and you'll come back here and you'll be like, "Oh my God, Monica, you were right. Oh my God, you're a psychic. You're the next Miss Cleo." Okay? So just, I'm just warning you. This is a warning, okay? I warned you. All right. Let's move on to the air signs now. Let's do Aquarius. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Let's see how this Mercury retrograde is coming in for you. Okay. What are the messages for Aquarius, please? What are the messages for Aquarius? What are the messages for Aquarius during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, please? What are the important messages for Aquarius? Aquarius, you're going to have a lot of options for you around the Mercury retrograde. There's going to be a lot of options, okay? A lot of people to date, to choose from. I feel like you've ended something or you will be ending something during the Mercury retrograde. Something's going to come to completion for you. You have the 10 of Swords here. Something is really just burdening you. You're feeling tired around this time. I'm sensing somebody with earth energy could be coming back around you. I don't sense that this person is an ex. I sense that they're like a friend or something like that coming in from the past. I also see that you could feel like a victim in a certain situation during the Mercury retrograde. Let me pull another card to understand why the Eight of Swords is here. Somebody is being uncooperative, okay? It could be an earth sign. I see an earth sign coming back to you, all right? They're being uncooperative though. Could be a Leo as well too that you're dealing with. I see you reminiscing about the past with somebody. There's somebody that you had, maybe you ended something with them. Nonetheless, the Ace of Cups is in reverse, okay? So not a time to be manifesting new love, okay? I see you wanting to move forward. Eight of Cups is talking about moving forward, and this is around the full moon. You see the full moon here, Aquarius? This is you wanting to move forward onto new and better things, even though you just recently ended something, or you will be ending something with the World card here. All right, so the message here is not to jump quickly after ending something and jumping to move forward, okay? You need to pause, you need to rest because there's a lot of tired energy, feeling tired, feeling burdened. The swords are in this person's back, okay? So you need to rest. Nine of Pentacles is here in reverse. So you may not be feeling as abundant as you usually feel, all right, because you need to rest. Eight of Swords reverse, Nine of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so you see this woman, she's tired. She's feeling like she's in a situation that she feels like she is not free. You don't feel free in a certain situation. You feel caged in. Could be a job that you feel caged in. Okay. I feel like there's going to be somebody who comes in who tries to offer you something. Okay, um, it could be a love offer. It could be something from somebody younger than you. Okay, and this is in conjunction with the Seven of Cups. So you're going to have a lot of offers coming in towards you. If you're dating and you're an Aquarius and you're single, you could date. You can date during Mercury retrograde, but don't start anything new. Do not start a relationship. Do not start a new job. Even if you don't like the job you're in, do not start something new because of the Mercury retrograde, okay? Just celebrate what you've accomplished, okay? You're going to be celebrating Nine of Cups. Celebrate and enjoy the energy. Don't push forward. I feel like you want to during the Mercury retrograde because Scorpio squares your sun or your ascendant or your moon. Okay, when there's a square happening in astrology, it creates tension. So don't be stubborn and try to push through on things because it will backfire on you. Okay, just enjoy the energy, enjoy the festivities. There's going to be I know if you're in Canada, we're going to have our Thanksgiving around the 14th of October. So just celebrate that. If you're American, you're going to be celebrating the Thanksgiving in November, right? So just celebrate the festivities. Don't be serious and try to push through on things because it will backfire, okay? And if you feel like a victim in a situation, start making a plan to get out of that situation. If you're in a job that you don't like or you want to change things, you need to start making a plan, okay? And don't try to do anything with anybody who comes back because I feel like this person can be uncooperative, okay? Three of Pentacles is in reverse here, okay? I don't see anybody from your past coming back because the world card is here. So whatever ended with you and somebody, it's over. It's not, there's nothing coming back. Okay. I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be, you're going to be more focused on yourself and your own energy rather than another person. Okay. This is what I'm sensing for Aquarius. You're going to have lots of options, lots of people coming, wanting to date you and be with you if you're single. All right. You want to make sure you're available. You want to put yourself out there. You won't be able to attract anybody from your bedroom or your closet. Okay, you're gonna have to go out and meet people if that's something that you're interested in. Okay. Okay, so let's do Gemini. All right, let's see what is going on with Gemini. How is the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio going to affect Gemini, please? Let's get some insight on that. How is this going to affect? Let's see how this is going to affect Gemini, please. I feel like this one I have to cut the deck because there's just been so much energy in this deck that we don't want to get the energy confused. All right. Okay, let's see. Gemini. How is this going to affect Gemini, please? How is this going to affect Gemini? The Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. What are the messages for Gemini, please? See what the messages are for Gemini. Okay, so what I'm sensing for Gemini, I'm going to let you know, Gemini, somebody is coming back, Gemini. It could be a water sign. It could be any sign. I'm seeing every sign here coming back. I feel like somebody broke your heart or you broke someone's heart. I'm sensing someone broke your heart though, and somebody's coming back. Okay. A situation is going to have light is going to be shed on this situation. Now, I'm getting this message and I need to tell you if you're a Gemini, you could have Mercury retrograde in your chart. If you're a person who has Mercury retrograde in your chart, you'll see it. If you look up your chart, Mercury retrograde is the best for people who have Mercury retrograde in your chart. Okay, so if you are Gemini with Mercury retrograde, this is going to be a great time for you. The Sun card, great time for you. You're going to breeze through this like no tomorrow. On the other hand, if you don't have Mercury retrograde in your chart, you could feel like a victim. Okay, you could feel like you don't want to celebrate things. All right, so I don't see this affecting Gemini as much as it would affect other signs. Okay, so if you're Gemini, this is not going to affect you as much. It's almost like you're going to be laughing while everybody else is going through a hard time. Okay, I see people wanting to come back and be with you though. Okay, somebody feels very sad about what happened. You could hear news from a Leo, Aquarius, or a Sagittarius, and this person could really share how they feel. They could be going through an awakening right now, okay, about a situation. All right, so you have the Eight of Wands coming. Fast communication is coming in from somebody, okay? Somebody from the past, somebody that maybe you walked away from in the past, they could be coming back. Yeah, you walked away from somebody in the past, and I feel like they're going to come back and express to you. If they haven't come back already, they will be coming back around the full moon plus 5 days. Okay. So there's somebody coming back, but if you're a Gemini, you're going to breeze through this. It's not going to affect you because, first of all, Scorpio is not even close to Gemini. It's not even associated with Gemini. So I'm not seeing it affect you here. Look, the 10 of Swords, you're the only sign. Okay. You're the only sign that got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So this is not affecting you like it's affecting everybody else. Okay. Three of Swords is upright though. So guard your heart, protect your heart. Um, Somebody could be coming back and expressing this pain. There could be some closure between you and somebody else. I'm sensing maybe an earth sign could be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Something happened between you and this person, and they're going to come back and have closure with you because I feel like you didn't have closure with this person. Okay. Things ended, okay, very quickly. And between you and this person, there needed to be time. Emotions could not be expressed at that time, but during the Mercury retrograde, that's when they're going to come back and express. King of Cups here. It takes time for this person to express how they really feel and how maybe they broke your heart or how you broke their heart. There needs to be some closure here with you and somebody. See, look, there's going to be a reunion. Three of Cups in reverse. There's going to be a reunion. Yeah. About a partnership. Okay. This is what I see here for you. You're going to get the justice you deserve in a situation that maybe didn't work out in the past with somebody. Okay. That's what I see here for Gemini. Somebody's coming back to have to create closure for you. There wasn't closure in a situation that you had. Yeah. Yeah, someone's coming back around the full moon. All right. So if they haven't come back already, they will. I sense that. Okay. Okay. Last sign, Libra. Happy birthday, Libra. If you're a Libra and you're in my room, happy birthday. Let's see how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. Okay. Now, Mercury retrograde is happening. If you're a Libra, it's happening in your second house. All right. Scorpio rules your second house. So finances, you want to watch your finances and not overspend. Okay. 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 Let's see, Libra. How is this going to affect you, Libra? Okay. Scorpio. Mercury retrograde. What are the messages for Libra, please? What are the messages for Libra, please? Let's see what the messages are for Libra. For Mercury retrograde, what are the messages, please? Okay, Libra. Somebody from the past wants to come back, but I sense you're already in a relationship with somebody. Okay. I feel like there could be some arguments that happened. Could be about. Could be with a significant other. You could have some arguments with somebody. So it's important that you are clear in your communication. Queen of Swords, you need to be very sharp and clear in your communications. Okay. Don't get angry when you have a point to get across, Libra. Don't get angry because the person's not going to hear what you say. They're only going to see anger and your wrath, and that's not going to get your point across. So you have to be very logical when you talk. Otherwise, people won't hear it. It will go through one ear and out the other. I see a lot of swords here, a lot of arguments. You have to be careful if you're a Libra, okay? Because if you say too much and this other person says too much and there's an argument that happens, five of wands in reverse, you're the only sign that got five of wands in reverse. You're the only sign that got the five of wands. there could be some sort of regret in a situation, okay? So just be careful how you speak and what you say. I don't see anybody coming back from the past though. I don't see that. Um, hmm. You know what? There could be somebody coming back from the past. Two of Cups is here. Okay. Could be somebody from your past. Could be a Capricorn that's coming back. Could be a Leo. Could be a Pisces. Okay. That's what I have here for you. Yeah. So you could get communication from either Capricorn, Leo, or a Pisces. Somebody from the past, Six of Cups in reverse. Somebody that may have broken your heart in the past and dealing with some sort of relationship. Okay. I also feel like you can feel a little bit of, I feel like you can feel some sort of burden in your family life, in your home. You could feel a little bit of like a burden. Okay. 10 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords. Okay. So, what the advice here is for you to celebrate. Just like I said to Aquarius, you need to enjoy the moment. Don't go and argue and feed your energy with arguments and fighting, because that can lead to regret. Okay. So I see everything is pretty good here for you. I don't really see anybody coming back other than possibly a Capricorn, possibly a Leo, and possibly a Pisces. Okay. This is what I see here. All right. It's also telling me that you need to celebrate your abundance, and you should celebrate your gifts because you have a lot of gifts. Okay. You're a lot better off than many other people. Okay. This is what I'm seeing here if you're a Libra. All right. So this is the Mercury retrograde tarot reading for all signs. Now, just keep in mind to come back and watch this video because it's not going to resonate right now. It's going to start resonating 2 weeks from now. Okay. 2 weeks from now is when it's really going to start making sense. You're going to come back and watch this, and then it's really going to make sense. Okay. If you didn't get to watch this full video, don't just watch the reading I did, watch the beginning of the video because there's a lot of information at the beginning of the video that will give you insight into how Mercury retrograde works and some of the things that you want to avoid, okay? Because Mercury retrograde is a life or death situation and you really want to be careful. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to warn you, okay? I'm just trying to warn you. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be your guide and I'm trying to warn you on this situation. Do the research, okay? Look at, don't speed, okay? Some of you like speeding, don't speed, okay? You can die like that, okay? If you don't want to die, don't speed, okay? All right, so that's my reading for you. Like I said, if you have a personal question, you want a personal reading with me, my email will be below. All right. My website is still under construction. So I don't have a website yet. I just have the extended readings on my website. So if you want to have a personal reading with me, I will have my email below. I will be personally dealing with you. You will personally be speaking to me. All right. And you will get a link to the Dropbox, to my Dropbox, where you will get your reading. Okay. The readings are $10 USD for one question. All right. So if that's something you're interested in, the information will be below. Everything that you need will be below. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really hope this video helps you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in with Monica Love, and I will see you. Sweet dreams.